And that should be the final hypercatalyst. Okay, so kind of need to explain how I got to this point. To do that, I need to go downstairs. So I have my 28 minion setup down here. And what this is what I found on the Hypixel forums. It was a setup to get, it was originally set for 24 because at the time the cap was 24. And it was set to get all 24 minions within this foraging crystal. But it allowed for the addition of these two modules so I can get up to 28. And then Hypixel went and added the 29th minion slot, and so I expanded up here. And when I added my 29th minion, I noticed that it proceeded to continuously produce more oak than the minions down here, even though they had the same boost from at that time. What was the hamster wheels, my ocelot minion, and the foraging crystal. And the only other variable there that I hadn't tampered with was the ideal minion layout. To the average skyblocker, the ideal minion layout might not affect them because they're probably not going to be cramming a bunch of minions this close together just for the sake of getting them on a crystal, because not everyone is going after a rank or just after maximizing a collection super fast. So they're not focused on the ideal minion layout, they just do it naturally. And in doing that, it is just the best that a minion can produce a day, because there is nothing obstructing its way, because I'm pretty sure it's those grass blocks or the ideal minion layout. By giving it the layout that it wants, it allows for it to produce more per day. And so that's why I am expanding my minion farm up and placing 9 more minions up there to increase my production, hopefully from 400,000 to possibly 450,000 or 450 plus. Now, this all stems from the hope to get higher ranks in the collection. And Hypixel recently did something that makes it a bit more difficult. They added in the Dwarven Mines update. And the caves are really cool, and it's a really neat update. But they added the Mithril collection. And within the Mithril collection, there are two things that affect oak. There is first the Mithril minion, which allows for more unique minions, and the beacon. The beacon is basically a boost that grants special buffs to your island, like increasing your minion speed, as well as just other normal beacon stuff. And with the addition of the Mithril minion, they also added in a higher tier possible for mining minions and the Mithril minion, which is also just a mining minion. And so the new minion limit is no longer 29, it is now up to 30, and I would need an additional 43 unique minion slots, or unique minions, to get my 30th minion slot. And that is many more millions than I have. The cost of getting the hyper catalyst was into the millions, but it wasn't nearly as high as getting my 30th minion slot was, or would be, because just my 29th cost me 60 million, and that was before they introduced the 12th minion slot or a new material into the game, which at the time is inflated. I'm guessing because it's just super popular right now, and so it wouldn't be smart of me to go and try to get the next minion right now. Another thing Hypixel unintentionally changed was the effect of haste. Currently it says grants 150 mining or 150 plus mining speed, which has to do with the Mithril and just the whole mining thing in general, which you can see in my Skyblock profile. My mining speed is currently at 450, and this only increases mining stuff with the pickaxe. It doesn't, and it might actually increase other stuff, but it doesn't increase or not affect the thing I care about, which is wood, but specifically oak. If I drink this, it gives me the effect in my effects list, as it shows here, but it doesn't give the effect that it used to. Right now, it gives the effect of mining speed, and they took away the ability to instant mine or instant chop some blocks like wood, and so it made foraging increasingly difficult or more tedious, because it's no longer are you able to speed through and just basically cut through wood without having much trouble. You have to like stand still for a bit longer, and it just drains like not only like the energy, but it takes so much more time to get the same amount of wood that I used to before. I used to come out here and chop 100,000 a day, but now it's so much more difficult to do that when I'm at such lower speeds. And it's not just me, there's like a whole bunch of people on the forums that are talking about how this has happened, and the Skyblock developers have talked about how this was an accident and they're planning on fixing it. I really hope they do fix this with the wood, because this is really just awful. And I could tell that a lot of people stopped because I moved up 6 places. It may not sound like a lot, but the top 200 for foraging it was like competitive, because it took me a while to get here. I'm at like 12 million just experience right now after 50 below 50, and so that's just a lot of people in foraging who just aren't trying as hard right now, because it's just so much harder to try to get the same amount of wood that they used to before on a daily basis. And the only other thing, the whole point of this oak update is to talk about my oak and where I'm at in it. These are my foraging rank, but I'm currently 4th in the oak collection with 81.6 million, and it has now been 9 months and 21 days. So I'd say about 9 months now I have been actively going for oak collection, and after all this time I am now 4th in that collection. I do hope to continue, and while there are hiccups in my path such as haste and people who can use pay to win, I still go with the goal of hopefully one day being able to say that I have achieved first in oak collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. You guys are staying safe during these times, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.